What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're on Drafters Fantasy Sports, and I'm going to give you guys my favorite over and unders for this upcoming NHL season. I will have you guys know that I made this video last year. I made 25 predictions, and I was right in 16 of them. These are supposed to be coin tosses, but that was a 64% win rate. Humble brag, guys, but I'm here to give you value. Just like last year when they had Matias Maccelli's over under higher than Dylan Guenther's, we are going to find the best value on this platform. And before we talk about it, if you guys want to use my code FIREDUP on Drafters Fantasy Sports, you get a 100% match deposit up to $100 in bonus funds. This is for first-time deposits only. Make sure you guys download the app, sign up using code FIREDUP. That should put it automatically in the promo code section. And if you're on desktop, make sure you use the link in the pinned comments below. Let's get into it, guys. I also wanted to mention that this is available in Ontario. Not a lot of daily fantasy sports platforms are available in Ontario. This is one of the only ones. That's also available in all of Canada and most U.S. states as well. Looking at the pick'em section here, the first one that stands out to me is Lucas Dostal, 25.5 regular season goalie wins. We are clicking over. Dostal had 23 wins last year, and he only played 54 games. I could see him playing close to 60 games this season. And the Ducks have a new head coach with new players in Kreider and Granlund, and a bunch of young players that could progress. Nothing's guaranteed, but I think this is good value. I think he has a shot of going over here, so that's what we're doing. Next, we're going to go under on David Pastrnak's regular season points. Listen, Pastrnak is still one of the best players in the world, but he is dealing with some knee tendonitis, something that he dealt with last year, and he's played a full season in the last 3 years. I feel like he's due to miss a little bit of time this year, and we have to be honest, guys, the Bruins are one of the worst teams in the NHL. I feel like they might bounce back a little bit with Charlie McAvoy being healthy and Hampus Lindholm, but he's not surrounded by the best players. So even if he is healthy, I could see him only putting up like 95 points. So yeah, I think this is a safe bet here. That's what we're going to do. Scrolling down here, we're going to click over on Ehlers, over 64.5 points. He has projected, or he was on pace to go over this number in 4 of the last 5 seasons. But the biggest issue with him is he hasn't been able to stay healthy. Obviously, it is a concerning trend, and there is a chance that he misses time this season, but I think as long as he plays 75 games, he should go over this, guys. I'm very bullish on Ehlers this season. Line 1 with Aho and Jarvis. Power play 1. Power play, I think, should be top 10 in the NHL. So cross our fingers that Ehlers can stay healthy, and this should be pretty safe. I also like going over on Aho's point total here, 75.5. Big fan of him this year with Ehlers and Jarvis. I think this power play is going to bounce back in a big way. Like I just said, it wasn't very good last year. And, you know, he's been a pretty consistent point per game or over point per game player in the last like 5 years. So yeah, if he stays healthy, I like this quite a bit. Moving down, we'll go and click the over on Connor Bedard, 70.5 points. I'm not the biggest fan of Bedard in fantasy where he's going ADP wise, because I don't think we're going to see a huge breakout until we get some pieces around this guy. But I do think if he does play 82 games, he should be good to go over this number. He started off really slow last year. It looks like he's gained some speed in the offseason, which is nice. And I can't ignore the prolific numbers in the juniors. He still has a lot of potential, and yeah, I like this quite a bit. Next, we're going to click the under here on Elvis Merzlikins goalie win total, 20.5. I just feel like Jack Greaves is going to outperform this man. And even if they split, getting 21 wins is going to be tough for him. So yeah, this one feels pretty good to me. Next, we're going to click the over on Martin Necas, 73.5 regular season points. The case for Necas is very simple. His whole career on the Carolina Hurricanes, he hasn't been playing with elite talent. He hasn't really played a lot with Aho, even strength. He was playing with sometimes Paul Stastny or Jack Drury or Jesperi Kotkaniemi. But now there's a very good chance that McKinnon is centering his line. So a significant upgrade also on this power play, which should be top 5 or top 10 in the NHL. Playing alongside Cale Makar as well. Yeah, I mean, this is sort of a no-brainer. I think if Necas stays healthy, he will go over this. And there's a chance he can go over this quite a bit. Next, we're clicking over on Jason Robertson's points, 80.5. We're going over on this. And listen, let me break down why I think Robo could have a big year. The big thing for me is a new head coach. Pete DeBoer has not been the kindest to us fantasy hockey owners, spreading out the ice time, giving ice time to the second unit. But we have a new head coach who previously coached on Edmonton. Wasn't the head coach there, but he ran their power play as well, which is promising. Glenn Glutzen. And we also know that Granlund's gone, Marchment's gone, and Jamie Benn was injured as well. So there's a chance they give these top line guys more minutes than we saw last year. Robo got around 17 minutes and 30 seconds of ice time per game last season, and if we see this go up to 19 or even 20, then I absolutely can see him going over this number. We have to remember that Robo missed all of training camp last year. He had that foot injury, started off super slow, but when he started to perform, he played incredible, right? The second half of the season, he was one of the best players in the NHL, and even last year, 80 points in 82 games. Only 19 of these points came from the man advantage as well. That's a big thing. This power play was not good until the second half of last season. If we start to see this power play get back to what we expect, get back to the levels that we saw in 2022, then yeah, I think Robo has the opportunity to put up 90 to 95 points. So I like this number, and yeah, we're clicking over. Next, we got a no-brainer one here. Cam Talbot. We're clicking under on his 20.5 regular season goalie win total. The case is very simple. I think John Gibson is going to start more games than Talbot. Even if they split, it might be hard for Talbot to get 21 wins because I don't know if the Red Wings are a 40-win team. I know they won 39 games last year, but that's not the biggest reason. For me, it's just Gibson is a better goalie in my opinion. He's younger. I think they want him to be the number one starter. And yeah, I mean, Talbot's 38 years old, guys. I think it would be beneficial to have him play less games, play like 35 games, 36 games. And if that's the case, then getting 21 wins is going to be pretty difficult. Scrolling down, we are going to click over on Brad Marchand here, 54.5 regular season points. Now, if you talked to me a couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't say this is the best screaming value pick'em, but with this Barkov injury, things have opened up quite a bit for Marchand. It looks like he's probably going to get more ice time, and we also saw him on power play 1 as well in camp. Very early, things could change. Verhaeghe is on power play 2 for some reason. We'll talk about that in some future videos, but yeah, I think if Marchand is power play 1 all season long, getting top 6 minutes, he should go over this number. I understand he's older now, he's not the same player, but he was almost a point per game in the playoffs, and he is still very talented. So I think he could definitely put up like 65 points if he plays 82 games. So yeah, we're going over. Next, we're going Adrian Kempe over 70.5 regular season points. Obviously, we need him to stay healthy, but that's the case for most of these players. But I think Kempe, you know, a vocal point in this offense, getting like 19 minutes of ice time per game on power play 1 and top line, there's a good chance he goes over this. I mean, 75 points in 77 games 2 years ago, 73 points last year. Also last year, getting 73 points in 81 games, only 18 of these came from the man advantage. This Canes power play was terrible, so if we do see this power play bounce back, which it absolutely could with some of the caliber of players on there, then I think he could be a point per game player. So that's why we're clicking the over. Next, we're going to one of my favorite ones here, Matt Boldy, 72.5. This is the season where Boldy breaks out, guys. He's 24 years old. He's right in that age range where we start to see huge levels of production increases. So yeah, I think Boldy is going to smash this. I think he could put up 90 points this season. I'm a huge fan of his game. He's looked incredible in preseason. We've seen flashes of brilliance. We just need to see consistency. And if Kaprizov is healthy, that's going to be the big thing for Boldy, right? What really excites me is that they have Boldy on the top line with Kaprizov. Last season, they didn't play him with Kaprizov a lot, but now with some more depth, you know, some young players like Ogren and Urov and adding Tarasenko, I think they feel more comfortable in doing this. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of Boldy. This has got to be one of my favorite over-unders on drafters. Next up, we have Jack Hughes. We're going over on the 80.5 regular season points. Obviously, this is just the injury risk baked in. If you had a clean bill of health over the last couple of years, this would not be the line. And it's funny seeing Jesper Bratt's line higher than Jack Hughes. So yeah, guys, I'm just betting on Jack Hughes to stay healthy at least somewhat. I think if he plays 75 games, he could go over this number. I think if he plays 70 games, he could potentially go over this number. We'll see what happens. I think Jack Hughes could put up 100 points if he stays healthy. So this is a no-brainer to me. We're going to take the risk and we're going over. The next over we are going with is Brady Tkachuk of the Ottawa Senators, over 64.5 points. I understand why his point total is set at this, but I do think last year he got unlucky, especially even strength. I do think he's on a really good power play, so he has a really safe floor. He gets to the deployment. And realistically, if he does play 82 games this season and we see that bounce back, that positive regression hit, then he should put up 70 to 75 points. So I like this line, and it might be a tad disrespectful to my boy, Brady Tkachuk. The last one on here, I think, is really solid value as well. Trevor Zegras of the Philadelphia Flyers. We are clicking the over on 52.5 points. I'm liking what I'm seeing in camp. He's getting a lot of time in the top 6, sometimes on the top line with Michkov, a staple on power play 1 as well. We have to remember that this guy's 24 years old and has put up multiple 65-point seasons on the Ducks when he was like 20. And I think in a new environment, a new head coach, I think he will be performing like that once again. He has the skill, he has the talent. So hopefully he stays healthy, and I think he should be good for 60 to 65 points. I also want to give a shout out to Underdog Fantasy. You guys can do pick'ems on here as well. Available in all of Canada except Ontario. It's also available in most US states. If you guys sign up on the app or desktop using promo code FIREDUP and you play $5, you get $100 in bonus funds. You got to make sure you sign up with that code because you can't put it in after. But you guys can do pick'ems on here. Also, Best Ball Drafts, the Best Puck Classic, a $200,000 fantasy hockey contest is still available. You're also going to get my top 200 Underdog fantasy hockey rankings if you sign up with that code as well. But in terms of my favorite pick'ems here, let's talk about it. The same ones in here I like quite a bit. Matt Boldy, 72.5. I like that higher. Ehlers higher than 64.5 points, and Martin Necas higher than 73.5 points. Yeah, I would say I like those ones that I mentioned. Jason Robertson's on here, it's the same thing. Adrian Kempe's on here, it's the same thing. And one that's on here that I like that I haven't talked about today is Kyle Connor, 33.5 goals. Now, I do expect regression from Kyle Connor, but I do think if he stays healthy, he should go over this. So I'm clicking higher there. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope I gave you some good advice here. If you guys want to do some of these pick'ems on these platforms and using code FIREDUP. But make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one.